What is up, guys? Welcome to your 27th Objective-C tutorial, and in this tutorial we're going to be editing the program we built last time. Now, in the last tutorial we built a program that displayed how young of a girl you can date using a nice little formula. But we all know the more money you have, the younger the girls get. So we're going to incorporate this into our method. So let's go ahead and in your interface right here, what we're going to do is, aside from our age, we also want to factor in our income. So in order to add another argument to our method, what we need to do is not only pass in a value for age, but go ahead and put colon and go ahead and put int. And you also want to pass it another variable. Now A is going to symbolize age and I is going to symbolize income. So right now our header is int A and int I. So let's go ahead and copy this and paste it right in for our method header right here. Paste. So now it has the variable A, which is your age, and it also has this income to work with. So before, our formula for figuring out how young of chicks you could date was your age divided by 2 plus 7. So if I was 20, it would be 20 divided by 2, which is 10, plus 7, which is 17. But let's go ahead and add parentheses around that, and let's factor in your income. Now, let's go ahead and the more income you have, the younger girls get. So we're going to factor in minus your income divided by, let's say, 100,000. So for example, every 100,000 you make, you can take a year off the age. So this is what it does. If I make 100,000, it would be 100,000 divided by 100,000, which is 1. It would lower my age by 1. If I made $1,000,000, it would say a million divided by 100,000, which is 10. So it would take 10 years off the age. Not bad. So now let's go ahead and run this program. So, oh yeah, the tutorial. So as you can see, instead of just passing it in an age, you also passed it in an income, and now you can use two variables when making your calculation. And this isn't only with two, you can do it with 3, 4, 5, or 6. So anyways, in our main program, say 45, that used to be 45 29-year-old chicks they could date. But what if they had an income of 300,000? And again, I didn't even teach you guys this. In order to pass multiple arguments when you're calling your method, go ahead and separate it with a colon and pass it in. So go ahead, build and run this, and see what we get. Now that they make $300,000, they can now date chicks 26 years old. Not bad. So let's go ahead and say you were 65, and usually this would be something like 65 divided by 2 is like 32 and a half plus 7. So they might be able to date 40-year-old chicks, but what if they made $3 million a year? Let's go ahead and build and run this and save it. And now this 65-year-old who makes $3 million a year, you can now date chicks 9 years old. People, I'm sorry. It's just the way it is. I don't make the rules. He can date 9-year-old girls if he wants to. I mean, come on, $3 million a year. Let him date some 9-year-old chicks. So anyways, the meat of the program. Anytime you want to pass multiple arguments into a method, when in your declaration, which is in your interface, you have the method name, and then you have each argument outlined separated by colons. In this case, it was an A for age, an I for income. And now, in your implementation, what you need to do is use your method header, which is your declaration, and just use those variables any way you want it. We put those into a formula to calculate how old of chicks we can date. And last but not least, anytime you want to pass more than one argument into a method, you put the method's name, and then you put argument 1 separated by colon, argument 2. And if you had more than 2, you would just have to separate them with a colon and add more and more, depending on how many you had. But that's the basics of how to make a cool chick dating program, and also how to use multiple arguments and methods. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out my blog if you want, and well, I guess I'll see you later.